people, welcome to Top Notes by A. Today I am reviewing another Lattafa fragrance, and this one is called Now Rouge Rave. If you guys are interested to hear my thoughts about this fragrance, then stay tuned. Guys, before I share my thoughts and the review of this fragrance with you, do not forget to subscribe to the channel if you're not subscribed, and also thumbs up the video so YouTube knows you like my content and my content can be introduced to more people and the channel can grow. That being said, to all my returning subscribers and viewers, thank you so much for always supporting the channel. Let's start with the packaging of the fragrance. So I wish you can feel the how the box feels. It feels very luxurious. It's packaged really well. It's not like your normal cardboard. It has some texture to it, and then Rave is written in red. Rave is written in gold. Everything about the fragrance is written in gold. This one is 100 ml, meaning it's 3.4 fluid ounces. You open the fragrance and the look of the box actually goes with the look of the fragrance bottle, which the bottle inside is glass, but then the covering of the fragrance is plastic, and then you have the fragrance name Now Rouge written on it. It says Rave Now Rouge, and so you have that written down, and it's also in gold. The top one is just embossed in there, but then the plate here is written in gold. So yeah, that is what you get packaging wise. Now we're going to spray the fragrance, and I'm going to spray it in the box. It sprays really well. It gives off this mist, like body spray kind of mist when you spray this fragrance. So yeah, it sprays really well. Now let me tell you guys about the fragrance notes. So this fragrance has herbal notes. It also has woody notes, and it has iris in there and resins. When you first spray this fragrance, you are getting that green herbal, very aromatic feel. The woody note hits you like about maybe 5 minutes into the fragrance dry down. You do get that woody notes going on, something like cedar. Oh, it smells so good, but that greenness from the herbal notes that starts the fragrance, it's so beautiful, it's so aromatic. You are getting the resin as the fragrance dries down. It starts to get this sweetness to it, sweetness and sexiness to the fragrance when the fragrance is starting to dry down. And then the iris in the dry down, the total dry down of the fragrance, you are getting this powderiness from the iris. It's not like a powder bomb, but you are getting that powderiness that sometimes iris tends to give fragrance when that note is in fragrances. You are getting it, but it's not like a powder bomb. So that is what you get when you spray this fragrance. The opening of the fragrance, it's so beautiful. That green is not synthetic smelling. It smells like a green leaf, like you went into your garden. It doesn't smell like tomato leaves, but it smells like something green, like sage, like basil, like thyme, something green and very aromatic. That's what you get when you spray this fragrance. And then, like I said, 5 minutes into the fragrance dry down, the woody notes starts to pick in, like cedar. It smells cedar, it smells woody, it smells bold, it smells sexy. That's what I would give the fragrance. It's so nice, but it's the green notes, it's that herbal notes in the beginning that makes the fragrance for me. The resin gives the fragrance that is sweet. It's sweet, but not like fruity sweet. It's not like chocolatey sweet. It's just sweet. The resin is giving this fragrance that sweetness and the sexiness and the boldness that the fragrance is giving throughout the longevity of the fragrance. So now let's talk about performance of this beautiful fragrance. This fragrance scent bubble you get about 2 hours. when you spray this fragrance, you get about 2 hours. But then again, I tend to overspray my fragrances. And with how I normally spray my fragrances, I got like 2 solid hours of this fragrance that I can feel, I can smell. I'm not waiting for somebody to tell me I smell good. Like, I can smell the herbal notes. I can smell that sweet resinous note in the fragrance. I can smell the aromatic greenness and the woody vibes that the fragrance is giving. For 2 hours, I could smell that powderiness, not overbearing, not overpowering, not overwhelming. It's just like this dusty, powdery vibe that the fragrance gives off. I did that for 2 hours straight. And then after 2 hours, it's more of a very not close skin scent, but it's like skin scent that somebody has to be like arm's length from you to smell you. So that's not skin scent. Somebody can be arm's length and they can smell you, because I did get compliment from 2 people that I wasn't that close to, but they were able to tell me that you smell good, you smell fresh. So there is some freshness to this fragrance too, that 2 people told me the first and second time that I wore this fragrance. 2 people were able to tell me, like, you smell fresh, you smell good. So yeah, after 2 hours, somebody can still smell you. So projection, this fragrance to me is like moderate. This fragrance is not beast mode because it didn't announce me before I entered the room. But when I entered the room and as I was talking to people, 2 people told me that I smell good. So projection of this fragrance is moderate. I think scent bubble, it gave me 2 hours. So it's, it's beast mode because it gave me 2 hours scent bubble. Longevity of this fragrance is about 8 hours. When you overspray this fragrance, you are getting 8 hours, maybe 6 hours on your skin and 8 hours on your clothes. So if you spray your skin and you spray your clothes, you definitely getting about 8 hours before this becomes like a true skin scent that you have to put your nose to your skin in a way for you to smell it. But if you smell it like, if you go like this but not close to your skin, you are getting about 8 hours before the fragrance like totally becomes a true skin scent. That is what you get from Now Rouge from Lattafa. Guys, let me tell you, this fragrance is unisex. So I see myself wearing this fragrance, like I wore it twice already. And I also see my husband wearing this fragrance. So it's such a unisex fragrance that doesn't lean feminine and it doesn't lean masculine. It's just like, straight in the middle of the fragrance. The fragrance it develops, so every step of the fragrance, journey, every step of the way the fragrance is developing. In the opening, like I said, you are getting that greenness. The greenness carries through the longevity of the fragrance. That herbal note carries through the longevity of the fragrance. The woody notes, you start picking it up like maybe about 5 minutes into this fragrance, and you do get it throughout the longevity of the fragrance. The powderiness is the same. About maybe 30 minutes into spraying this fragrance, you are getting that powdery dustiness that this fragrance gives you, and it lasts throughout the longevity of the fragrance. The same can be said for the resin in this fragrance. That sweetness that you're getting from the resin is lasting throughout the longevity of the fragrance. So as the fragrance stays on your skin, it develops. It's not a linear fragrance. It's a fragrance that becomes very complex because you are getting the greenness, you are getting the woodiness, you are getting that powderiness, that resinous sweetness from the resin in the fragrance. So for me, it's such a complex smelling fragrance. Guys, where can you wear this fragrance to? This fragrance can be worn for your everyday routine, like working out, like picking up your kids from school. It's not an obnoxious smelling fragrance. It's a very nice smelling fragrance, but it's not overpowering. The fragrance doesn't announce you before you enter a room. But when you get there, this fragrance sings to people when you get in the room. In my opinion, this is a perfect fragrance to go to work with. whether you work in an office, whether you work in, with other people, whether you work in a grocery store, whether you are a driver, driving your Uber, this is like such a versatile, everyday working fragrance. Running errands to the grocery store, picking up your kids from school, working out in the gym, going to work in the morning, in the afternoon, in the evening. This is a perfect fragrance for you. For me though, I don't see myself wearing this fragrance for date night. So if I'm hanging out with friends, like casual hangout, I will wear this fragrance. But if I'm going on a date night, if I'm going to like an outdooring, like a 50th birthday party, like a funeral, like any celebration, I really don't see myself wearing this. But like everyday routine, everyday life, this is such an everyday signature scent that you can use all day, every day. It's a good fragrance to also sleep in. It's not going to overpower you. It's a pleasant smelling fragrance, especially the powder that you get from the iris, the powderiness that you get from the iris makes this fragrance the perfect fragrance to sleep in. You are getting that herbal notes throughout the longevity of the fragrance. It's very beautiful. It's, it's a very beautiful, very affordable fragrance that you can afford to buy this fragrance. You can afford to overspray this fragrance, and it performs very well. It's giving you about 8 hours, 6 hours on your skin, 8 hours in your clothes. So for the price that you're getting this for, it's very affordable and it performs really, really well. So if you guys like the fragrance notes, this can be bought from Joma Shop. I got mine from Joma Shop. This one, I want to say it's even under $20 at Joma Shop. So for a fragrance that is under $20, and if I will put the exact amount somewhere here, but I think I paid like $19 for this fragrance. So for what you get, the price that you're buying this fragrance for, and the performance that you're getting from this fragrance, this is such a high performing fragrance that I think you should get your hands on. I move on. Guys, thank you so much for always supporting me. Thank you for making it this far. Until I see you on another video, stay blessed, smell fabulous, and bye for now.